problem that student and academic personnel need to adapt. In the past few years, we can see the growth of online learning, which some people prefer to do online learning instead face-to-face learning. For some people, they are prefer to do online learning because of the advantages that could be beneficial for them. However, there are also disadvantages of online learning that the people need to face during the class. But the real question is it better for the kids to have online distance learning or face-to-face learning is more convenient? In this presentation, we will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of online distance learning.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURULHAMIZAH IZZATI and I will explain on the advantages of distance learning. Presently, most of distance learning happens utilizing the internet and easily accessible by far most of understudies, whether in their own homes or other facilities. These electronic methods are utilized to disseminate learning materials, keep understudies in contact with educators, and allow students to communicate with one another. It also expressed that online learning as a subset of online education has always been concerned with providing access to educational experiences that is more adaptable on schedule and is based as ground-based. Besides, it is easier for students to get all the information, knowledge, and training any place you dwell in the world. Next advantages of having distance learning is the web learning's quickness and usefulness has made it a best option for some distance students. Online programs regularly exploit various arising technology advancements to make staying in contact and adequately conveying thoughts simpler and more proficient than any other time, and students utilizing intuitive recordings, email, and conversation lodged up to finish their lessons. Furthermore, the internet had advanced from a text-based environment to one that supports and promptly accessible to all sorts of media. The technological evolution has classified as mass media, conferencing, and Web 2.0 in a similar manner. Through hyperlink and internet inquiries, students may access materials such as text, statistics, video and audio, and social connection.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL BINTI KAMARUZZAMAN. I will talk about advantages of online learning. Learning arranged by internet technology and here to be anywhere and anytime idea. When we talk about online learning, the word that comes to mind are personalization and flexibility. Students have a lot of flexibility in their learning schedule because they can choose where they want to attend a certain study course. So they can access any class they want from any part of the world at any time. Teacher might provide broad instruction and deadline for the balance of the course as time management for the student. Moreover, students can choose study to their fit for their learning style and regulate their own learning pace and progress based on their skill and ability. Based on their proficiency level and personal interest, students can select study material that match their learning style, such as text, audio, and video-based material. Another idea of student-centered active learning, if adopted by the teacher, is the student's chances to engage in the process of content creation and course development.
According to McBride, Cheng, and Jones 2009, fast growth in technology has made distance learning become easier, especially during COVID-19 strikes, because school and college are forced to lock down for a few weeks due to the emergency situation. This can be seen from EdTech company where they have proven that they can be a great tool to help the students during this pandemic time as teacher and student can access to the platform easily. Next, Google also provides few products that can be used for online learning purpose such as Gmail, Google Form, Calendar, G Drive, Google Hangouts, Google Jamboard and Drawings, Google Classroom, and OpenBook software to help and connect students during online learning session. By using this information technology and distance learning, it also helped the university to restart their operation and give them second chance to teach the students to ensure that they are not left behind. By offering few online courses that are user-friendly as it can be used in mobile in order to supply the education to everyone or the displaced students.
Assalamualaikum, my name is FADHILAH binti ARIF. I will be explaining on the disadvantages of distance learning. So for the first point, as we know, online learning is completely depending on the use of technology devices as well as the use of internet. So it is difficult for any student or teachers that have internet problem or a very bad connection of internet, because this can cause them to unable to access to their online learning during the classes. Besides, students without new devices, or with other words with outdated devices, could face some problem in order to fulfill the technical requirement for learning. So as we know, students are required to sit for their exam and tests even though they are at home. So for example, students that need to take their semester e-quiz by using any application that require them to open up their camera like responders may face some problems, since their device may not compatible with the use of the application. In addition, some students also have faced problem during online learning, since they are using outdated devices which are not compatible with the browser, which have caused them to unable to download the browser after they have tried so many times. And lastly, some of the students also have faced problem or issue to follow the instruction that have been given by the lecturer in the course announcement section, since they cannot since they have the issue of accessibility. The second disadvantage of distance learning is related to digital competence. So what is digital competence? Digital competence is the term used to describe the ability, knowledge, skill, awareness or attitude of people such as students, teachers in using technology and system. In this globalization era, not all people are having skills, knowledge and attitude on using the digital, where it's not just limited to education but also in daily activities. Although the use of technology have been widely used in today, but cannot be denied there are some people are still having problem in using it. In addition, in online learning, students and teachers that have lack of digital competence may have higher possibility to be left behind rather than others, since they might find it difficult to join any online classes since they have a very lack digital competence, which can cause them to left behind. Next, digital competence is not only about the skill, but it also about the good attitude in using technology and system. In online learning, sometimes it can cause a situation whereby student and instructor consciously doing something that may result the unethical use of digital, since some of action could be caught via camera without they being realized. Lastly, digital library is one of the initiatives that could be used by everyone, since now it's very hard to go to physical library. But for students and faculty that having a low or a very lack of digital competence may find it hard or burdensome in utilizing the digital libraries, since they cannot understand how to use it, and may cause them to not want to use the digital library at all.
The disadvantage is that students face serious obstacles in distance education because of lack of community, technical problems and difficulties in understanding the instructional goals by the educators. This is because some of the students have not prepared themselves regarding the use of learning management system, as some of them does not have stable internet connection to access the information. Other than that, students or end user will face few obstacles that will restrain and slow down their learning process due to the technical issues such as internet connection. And not to forget that teacher also play an important role to teach the student, and the most challenging part for the teacher is that they have to change from offline to online mode, change their approach and manage time properly to avoid the student wait for them. In addition, the obstacles such as lack of standard for quality control, development of e-resources and e-content delivery are supposed to be solved instantly to ensure each person will feel the advantage and quality of online learning during this crisis time.
Disadvantages of online learning is for students who lack sufficient motivation and the skill to organize their workload and learn independently may be resentful of technology-enhanced learning. While some students may require strict and exact monitoring for their teacher, teachers often expect learners to be more active, self-organized and independent while using e-learning technology. As a result, technology may become a source of lower productivity and poor academic achievement for unmotivated students with poor learning habits. Furthermore, in the virtual environment, students may feel lonely, abandoned at times, notably in circumstances where there is no face-to-face teaching or other form of offline engagement for a prolonged period.
From the discussion, we can conclude that online distance learning offers its own advantages and disadvantages. It depends on people whether they prefer online distance learning or another approach that more suitable with them. Some people take online distance learning as an opportunity for them to learn anywhere that they want. And for some people, it could be a huge burden because they face some technological issue or they struggle with their mental problem or they struggle with their life, for example. But nevertheless, now we know that online distance learning has its own advantages and disadvantages.